heart of every great story stands a hero. But the hero, for all his charm and bravery, can't move the story forward on his own. Enter the villain. Today on Inside the Author's Studio, we're going to take a look at how to create villains that are not only memorable in their deceit, but also how to make them lovable.
Now that we know who you are, I know who I am. I'm not a mistake. It all makes sense. In a comic, you know how you can tell who the arch villain's going to be? He's the exact opposite of the hero. And most times they're friends like you and me.
Inserting opposition against your protagonist is an essential element to producing the tension needed to keep pages turning. Some of the best bad guys are those imbued with qualities that your reader can relate with. After all, no one person is all good or all evil. This can best be exemplified by the Suicide Squad. Originally released by DC Comics in 1959, the Squad is a group of supervillains assembled as a Black Ops strike force by the US government. Though the Squad's team members may have changed over the years, the theme remains the same: bad versus evil.
We're bad guys.
Are you sweet-talking me?
In 2016's latest adaptation as a film, we are given an even deeper look into the methodologies of these characters. What's revealed for the most part is that even the most hardened supervillain has some redeemable qualities. We are shown real emotions such as Diablo's remorse for killing his family, Deadshot's love for his daughter, and Harley Quinn's pain at the thought of losing her puddin', the Joker. The Joker himself is a complex villain all his own, with maniacal aspirations stemming from a solitary incident from his past.
You wanna know how I got these scars?
This same type of element is used as the backstory for the arch-nemesis of Xena Warrior Princess, Callisto. When Callisto's family is killed during one of Xena's raids, it sets her on a path of vengeance. She becomes obsessed with revenge and along the way racks up a substantial body count. But what makes Callisto a grabbing villain is the many layers of her personality. Brought to life by actress Hudson Like, Callisto embodies not only psychopathic tendencies, but also wit, humor, and a way of looking at the world that sometimes makes you stop and think. One also has to wonder that if it weren't for Xena, would Callisto have turned out the way she did? This gives her mission merit rather than just hating the hero for no good reason. A villain's goals are just as important as the hero's journey. For Cersei and Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones, it was embedded in their birthright to be rulers from the start. George R.R. Martin developed his characters in a way that in the midst of a multi-viewpoint novel series, each one stands out as memorable and real. Cersei wants the power that the Iron Throne can bring her above all else. As the only daughter to Tywin Lannister, the argument can be made that she never felt accepted because she was the girl, and thus craved what the Iron Throne represented to her as love and respect. Actress Lena Headey, who plays Cersei in the HBO series, once said she believed the incestuous relationship with her brother Jaime stems from a deep-rooted desire that Cersei actually wants to be Jaime. Speaking of Jaime Lannister, this is a character with a wide arc. Starting as a pompous ass with little care for anyone other than himself and Cersei, the Kingslayer, as he was known, went on to have his layers peeled back during his storyline to find that he had betrayed his king not through malice, but to save his city. You also see him start to soften and show more compassion, to a point where Jaime starts to go from villain to hero in a way. Or, more accurately, he becomes a shade of gray rather than dark black. Most of the best characters, be it hero or villain, are made up of as shades of gray. One of the most complex villains of recent years is Walter White from the hit TV series Breaking Bad. It can be argued that Walter White, for all intents and purposes, started out his journey as the hero. But as Breaking Bad progressed, we watched as Walter White fell deeper and deeper down a dark hole, embracing a life of crime that fed him with power and prestige.
I liked it. I was good at it. And I was really I was alive. Now, say my name. Heisenberg. You're goddamn right.
Giving your villains a realistic method to their madness, or a plausible journey towards power, will set them apart and make your reader or viewer compelled to keep up with their journey, as much as the hero. And if their story is good enough, you may just find your audience empathizing with, or even rooting for, the villain. That's all for this edition. Keep thirsting for knowledge and be sure to join us back here for next Inside the Author's Studio.